Through his ship's viewscreen, Captain Jake Morrison gazed at the enormous alien spacecraft. The Vorak cruiser was the Endeavour is dark and 3 times the size of his own diplomatic vessel. Strange purple lights glowed on the metal hull, pulsing. Like Jake's heartbeat. Had served as a captain for 5 years and had seen numerous alien spacecraft, but the Vorak ships always made him feel little. Lieutenant Kelly Barnes from her communications department informed the captain, "We're getting a transmission from the alien fleet." Station's voice remained steady, but Jake could sense the concern beneath it. Jake asked to see the screen. The face of Ambassador Kefler, the Vorak commander, who had stone-gray skin and 4 yellow hairs, deep, icy voice and eyes that never appeared to blink when he talked. "You will immediately send our message to your homeworld, Winter Wind human vessel," Kettler remarked. The galactic despite his heart pounding, Jake maintained a composed expression as the council reached a final decision. "Regarding your species," Keller's 4 eyes appeared to respond quickly. "We're ready to receive your message, Ambassador. Shine brighter. We've let people attend our council meetings for 30 years, and we've seen your kin spread like insects to new worlds. Today, this patience comes to an end." Behind him, Jake could see other species as the alien leaned forward on his chair. Among the representatives was the enormous Krugan Warakiev Bolgar. Beside him, seated in black armor, was the mystic villain of the Zalani. "Wearing blue humans will retreat from all planets if their skin is covered with silver tattoos that move like living beings," Kethler went on to say. "That you will accept your position as Galactic Society juniors. You will honor the elder races and abide by our rules at all times." Jake saw his hands clench into fists, but he concealed them beneath his command console. "And Kethler would come up if we didn't." His teeth in what appeared to be a smile, followed by the combined fleets of the Krugan hegemony, the Vorak Empire, and the Zalani Confederation, who have dominated the galaxy for millennia. "We'll teach your species how to treat others with dignity. Don't assume that our patience is a sign of weakness, because our forefathers were still learning how to start fires." Jake was left staring at empty space with at least 50 alien warships once the message finished in the nearby vicinity, and his sensors picked up numerous others entering the system every few minutes. "Sir, should I?" Lieutenant Barnes requested. "Open a channel to Earth Command." Jake replied, "Do it." Admiral Lisa Carter's visage was sent to Admiral Carter as a Priority 1 transmission showed up on screen in a matter of minutes. She was a tough 50-something woman with keen green eyes and gray hair who had fought after the border conflicts with space pirates and gained the admiration of every person in the fleet. "Captain Morrison, anticipating your call," she stated that our sensors detected the activities of the alien fleet. "How awful is it that they want?" "Admiral, we must give up everything, including colonies, expansion, and everything else. With the exception of if we reject, they're calling it corrective action on Earth and the inner system." Admiral Carter remained silent for Jake saw her considering, for a while, assessing alternatives that probably didn't. There were 200 ships in the human navy, all of which were excellent vessels with courageous crews. But how long do we have? She wondered. Nothing compared to what was gathering outside Earth's solar system. But Keller didn't give you a deadline, but based on his speech, it might just be a few days or weeks. "Realize that we need every ship we can get, so please return to Earth right away." Captain Jake turned to face his crew as the gearbox came to a finish, and they were all staring at him with the same question in their eyes. When forces that had dominated the cosmos for millions of years headed out for Earth, what could humanity possibly do? As the Endeavour veered away from the alien fleet, Jake ordered the utmost speed while considering his daughter when Emma was 8 years old on Earth. She enjoyed drawing illustrations of spacecraft traveling to far-off stars. What kind of future would she have if people were forced to serve extraterrestrial masters? 3 days later, Jake appeared in through the enormous windows of his office at Earth Defense Headquarters. Admiral Carter could see the human fleet assembling. Jake was aware that spacecraft from every colony and outpost were arriving in orbit. "Not be sufficient. The numbers are simple, Captain," Admiral Carter stated, gesturing to a fleet display. "Strengths. Even if every human ship had 200 ships, they have over 50,000 ships. We would still lose even if we fought flawlessly and destroyed 20 enemy boats each." "Jake, what about asking for help from neutral species?" was the presentation that was examined. "Everyone is scared of the Elder, so I tried, but the won't get involved and the Nexus Collective is remaining neutral." Recognizing that Jake and I are alone, races, Admiral Carter slumped down firmly in her chair. Dr. Nathan Brooks arrived at the office at that point, and the scientist was he held A data pad and was slender and anxious, with unruly brown hair that appeared to have been raked through by his hands. Admiral Carter, I need to speak with you immediately, he said, his fingers shaking. We don't currently have time for archaeology because of the deep ocean excavation project. Admiral Carter. Dr. Brooks at his data, and I said, please, Admiral, this could change everything. 6 months ago, my crew discovered something in the Mariana Trench and triggered a holographic display on a pad on her desk. At first, Jake didn't see anything as the hologram displayed sonar images of the ocean floor. Odd. But as Dr. Brooks highlighted specific regions, the patterns were obvious. With geometric and straight lines, these are man-made formations hidden beneath. Kilometers of rock and mud, built by intelligent beings and older than anything we've ever found. According to Dr. Brooks, the date indicates there, Admiral Carter leaned forward towards extraterrestrial ruins that were at least 65,000 years old. That's what we initially believed, but when we investigated further, we discovered more and Brooks halted and took a deep breath when he noticed that the technology readings were off the charts. Admiral, this civilization was more developed than anything in the galaxy at the time, and Jake saw a weird hope growing. I'm not sure, but Dr. Brooks acknowledged that you would suppose there might be weaponry in his chest that we could utilize. I am aware that whoever constructed these structures had access to technology that, if there is any, makes the Vorak appear archaic. Admiral Carter got up and moved to the window outside, where additional human ships were. In the unlikely event that part of it still functions, families were bidding goodbye to fathers and mums, who might never return home when they arrived from far-off colonies. How long would an expedition take to mount with military assistance? Perhaps a week to obtain the Admiral Carter returned to the equipment in place and the structures, which are deeper than we have ever been.